Mimosa pigra. Did you know that the plant is used in tropical Africa as a tonic and a treatment for diarrhea, gonorrhea, and blood poisoning? Did you know that the leaf is said to contain mimosin? It is a purgative and perhaps also a tonic. A decoction of the leaves and stems is used to treat a thrush in babies. And the powdered leaf can also be taken with water to relieve swelling. Did you know that the root is apparently an aphrodisiac to some individuals and calming to others? The root ash has been used as a remedy for leprosy and can be sprinkled over leprous patches on the skin. Did you know that the plant can also be used on steep banks of water reservoirs as an erosion control measure? The plant is also a good source of pollen for bees. A bit of info on Mimosa pigra. The giant sensitive plant, one of the top 100 world's worst invasive species. Did you know made possible compliments of the good folks of Quartz Dominica Limited. Up next, we'll bring you at the DBS Major Morning News. Stay tuned.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: 24 awards up for grabs as the Creole Heartbeat organized Dominica Music Awards set for January 3, 2026. A debate competition this morning to mark Universal Children's Day. The Eastern Caribbean authorities have met in St. Lucia to strengthen anti-gang cooperation, and the Windward Islands batsmen, they've produced a record batting display to beat the Leeward Islands in Regional Super 50 Overs Tournament. Good morning, this is the DBS Major Morning News. Details of the news right after this.
Ever wondered what's in your milk? These are the following benefits of Distinction Milk. It's a great source of calcium and protein, vitamin A and D added. It's definitely not a filled milk like some of the other brands. Distinction Milk texture and taste is great for shakes, baking, pouring cream, and is side for mashed potatoes and much more. Even better, because of its rich texture, Distinction evaporated milk can be stretched. Isn't it great to know what's in your milk? Distinction Milk, distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. The news this morning brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, and of course, Fine Foods Inc. Good morning. I am Curtis Matthew. 24 awards are up for grabs in the Creole Heartbeat organized Dominica Music Awards on January 3, 2026. The event takes place at Intercontinental Hotel at Portsmouth from 6 in the evening. Julie Roberts is marketing and communication specialist at Creole Heartbeat.
We'll have also awards across 24 categories. But I just feel like the category is so all-encompassing. You know, if you may say you're not into Buyo, it's okay, we have Calypso. If you say you're not into Cadaslypso, we have Gospel. If you think that, okay, I'm just an engineer, we have a category where we're voting for engineers. For managers, I saw one of the managers made a post on Facebook saying he's so humbled because he wasn't even expecting for there to be a category where he could have been nominated. So it's 24 categories. Then we will also have emotional tributes. We are given special honors, and we have 6 lifetime achievement awards and also 2 special awards on that evening. So it's a lot to look forward to. Based on the prestige that's going along with the event, you know, we are, first of all, let me say that we are at the Intercontinental, which is in Portsmouth, Dominica, and there's a capacity. It's mainly for nominees, dignitaries, cultural leaders, industry professionals, media, and sponsors. However, we have limited public tickets, and that will be released so that the fans can come and support. Okay, so from March to June 2025, the nomination period was fully open to the public. Any nominee that's presently there were nominated by the fans, not by any member of Creole Heartbeats, but by the fans. So nomination opened from March and it closed in June 2025.
And that's Julie Roberts of Creole Heartbeat speaking on the Creole Heartbeat program on DBS this week. Other news this morning, Business Professional Women has presented awards to 19 Dominican men for excellence in various fields. The awards were presented on International Men's Day at the Public Service Union last night. The awards went to educator Alvin Abraham of Marigot, entrepreneur Cameron Alexander, pharmacist Clayton Bryan, businessman Clement Roye, music engineer and producer Cornel Phillip, Dr. Damian Dublin, business owners Egbert Jackson, Emil Diputa, Reneth Alexis, and Ibrahim Brohim. Others recognized last night were Lester Guy for Health, Lester John Baptist, that's the top barman, former Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence, educator Roland Blaze, Sheldon Kazimi for videography, photographer, and for assistance in the Newtown Juvenile Football Academy, Buyo artist Sheldon Alfred Shelley, cricket administrator Liam Sebastian, Curtis Vigilant, a joiner, and Cedric Warrington for community development. President of Business Professional Women, Rhoda St. John, says the awards for men will be an annual event.
So last year, we recognized 15 men, and this year, 2025, we are recognizing 19 men. But the long and short of it is we saw the importance of our men in society. We saw the importance of our men, because at the end of the day, we cannot reproduce without men. People need to be honest. We cannot reproduce without men. We cannot populate the earth without men. And at the end of the day, the word of God tells you that the man is the head of the home. So as women, your support, your backbone, the workers of the home, the people who actually take care and make sure you're well fed, you're well dressed, we are ensuring that you are recognized on International Day every year moving forward from 2024.
And that's the President of Business Professional Women, Rhoda St. John. Let's head to the courts right now. The prosecution has closed its case against John Christopher, a teacher of Penville who is on trial for causing death by dangerous driving. Christopher is charged with causing the death of 68-year-old Joan Avis Robinson of Pottersville on August 1, 2022 at Lago, Portsmouth. As Ronaldo Luke Pascal reports, on Tuesday this week, the High Court heard evidence from 4 of the prosecution witnesses, including the investigating officer, Inspector Sherma Bellot Etienne.
Inspector Bellot Etienne testified that on September 7, 2022, she met the accused and his attorney at the Portsmouth police station. She informed Christopher of the report on the investigation and cautioned him. According to her notes, which she read in court, Christopher, then 46 years old, stated that he was coming from Tukari and heading to his residence in Portsmouth. He said he was aware it was a busy day and therefore rode cautiously at approximately 30 to 40 miles per hour. Christopher further stated that as he approached the perpetrator area, vehicles were parked on the western side of the road. A bus was parked on his side of the road and another vehicle was approaching from the opposite direction as he traveled south into Portsmouth. He said that when his path became clear, he continued riding, but as he approached the back of a car, a figure moved into his lane without looking left or right. He told the investigator that he maneuvered the motorcycle to avoid a head-on collision, but the deceased struck the bike, causing it to fall. On observing that she was injured, he said he ran towards her. Christopher also told the investigator that he did not blow his horn because the music in the area was loud. He further stated that he was not intoxicated at the time, having only consumed 1 drink that night. At the close of Tuesday's proceeding, Director of Public Prosecution Shuma Darampal made an application for a visit to the scene of the accident. Defense attorney Wayne Nordy and Gina Abraham Thomas objected. However, Justice Tijela McDowell overruled the objection and granted the prosecution's request. Following the court's visit to the scene of the crime on Wednesday, the prosecution formally closed its case. Thereafter, the defense advanced a no-case submission. Counsel Nordy argued, taken at its highest, the prosecution's evidence did not support the charge of causing death by dangerous driving as laid in the indictment. He submitted that the sole eyewitness was unable to speak to the manner of the accused driving before the collision and that there was no evidence establishing fault on the part of the rider. The DPP opposed the no-case submission, maintaining that there was sufficient evidence on which a properly directed jury could determine the accused's guilt. Justice McDowell adjourned the matter for Thursday for her ruling on the no-case submission. Ronaldo Luke Pascal reporting for DBS News.
Thank you very much, Ronaldo Luke Pascal, for your report from the court. Other news this morning, the Department of Social Services will host a national debate as Dominica joins in the observance of Universal Children's Day today. Acting Director of the Department of Social Services, Dr. Tisha Kofi Kazmi, says this year's observance will take place and will be focused on the theme, My Day, My Right. Dr. Kofi Kazmi says the department is ensuring that no child is left behind during this year's observance.
As part of our highlight activity, national debate will be held on co-parenting. The theme for this debate is co-parenting agreements should be designed around children's rights, not parents. The overall theme for the Universal Children's Day is My Day, My Rights. And so we felt that this debate aims to raise national awareness for children's rights. It will help also to promote responsible parenting and highlight the importance of children-centered decision-making. It's also an opportunity to encourage all stakeholders and the public to reflect on how co-parenting arrangements must prioritize the children's safety, their emotional well-being, and the developmental needs above all. We'll also be making a visit to the children's ward as an outreach gesture. That will be done on the Friday following Universal Children's Day. This initiative basically ensures that every child facing illness feel valued and supported, particularly on their day. We also intend to support the children that are directly under our care, those that are institutionalized. We intended to host a special appreciation activity for the children at Chances, as well as Operation Youthquake. Similar activity would be conducted at Alpha Center.
Meantime, the national debate among students of the Dominica State College will take place at the UWI Open Campus at 9 o'clock this morning. There's also a march in the community of Kalibishi this morning to observe Universal Children's Day. Finally, this morning, the police have stated that its war on drugs will continue as drugs with a street value of $53.3 million were destroyed at the police training school in Monbrose yesterday. The drugs were from seizures made earlier this year.
We are destroying cocaine, marijuana. As part of Police Week, we use that initiative to do that, to show the public the confidence of the police and to show the public what we have, our hard work in our searches and our efforts to clamp down on criminals, and in our success as Operations 10 Street recently, with the amount of cocaine we seized with a street value of $52 million is being destroyed. That's EC dollars being destroyed there at Monbrose. Also, we have matters that were disposed at the court. We're talking about cocaine and cannabis. Yeah, cocaine would be approximately 52 million, and the cannabis is about $1.2 million, EC dollars.
And that's the acting superintendent of police in charge of the Central Division, Delvin John Lewis. Meantime, the acting police chief, Lincoln Corbett, says the police will intensify its efforts to rid the streets of cocaine and other illegal substances. He says the work of the police should not go unnoticed.
This sends a very serious message to the criminals that we won't back down. We'll keep fighting, ensure that we can keep the streets clean. Because this drug, the cocaine, is a very dangerous drug. And we won't spend any efforts to ensure that we tackle and take them head on. So that's the message here this afternoon, that we'll be destroying the fruits of their labor, as it were. But clearly, the work of the police is showing. It's showing, and clearly, to seize 742 kilos of cocaine in one shot, that's a big deal. And the officers who did that must be commended. I would have done that before. I'll do it again every time I do it. It's a lot of hard work. It's not by accident that we came across on this amount of drugs. Very confident and very happy, the officers who work in and who were able to seize this drug. I'm not leaving anybody out. The drug squad at the forefront of seizing the drugs. The Firearms Task Force also at the forefront. All other officers who working hard, all must be commended. Or Intel Arm must be commended for doing that hard work. Because as I say, it's not easy work. It's a lot of hard work to get those drugs off the streets of Dominica.
And that's the acting police chief, Lincoln Corbett. Let's remind you, the police are observing Police Week this week. Let's head into the region now. Judicial and law enforcement authorities from across the Caribbean convened in St. Lucia to significantly enhance regional cooperation and strategies aimed at dismantling organized gangs and their involvement in international drug trafficking. The high-level seminar, which discussed gangs of the Eastern Caribbean and their involvement in international drug trafficking, was hosted by the French Embassy to Barbados and the OECS from November 13th to the 14th. The event brought together 120 distinguished participants, including attorneys general, judges, magistrates, senior police, senior intelligence officials, and representatives from correctional institutions. They represented 11 Caribbean countries and territories. It is 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from NBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news. Kofi James registered his maiden List A century and the first century of the regional Super 50 Overs tournament for the Leeward Islands, but it was the hard-hitting man Darren Ned and Dylan Douglas that stole the show in the end as the Windward Island Volcanoes opened their campaign with a win last night over the Leeward Islands. The Leewards batting first, they were off to a flying start before the Windwards managed to pull things back. The Leewards were 300 for 5 after 40 overs, but ended up being bowled out for 324. Kofi James got 103, Mikhail Louis 59, Carlon Bowen Tuckett 56, and Joel Andrew 31. Kenneth Demba got 3 for 56, Darren Ned 3 for 53, and Sadrak Descat 3 for 43. The win was chasing 325, got some fireworks from Darren Ned. Ned smashed 94 of only 56 balls, Dylan Douglas 61, and Stefan Pascal got 40 as the Windwards chased down the runs. Windwards got 325 for 8 in 43.5 overs to win by 2 wickets. Meantime, rain had the final say in the match between Trinidad and Barbados. That ended in a no result with only 5.1 overs possible. Barbados were 48 without loss, with Kyle Mayers not out 24, Lenico Boucher unbeaten on 21. Rain also forced a no result in the match between Jamaica and Guyana. Well, Guyana made 287 for 6 in 47 overs. Kevlon Anderson got 83, Raymond Perez got 61, and Matthew Nandu 54. Jamaica could not take to the field for their reply. Some track and field news. The proposed synthetic track and an Olympic-sized swimming pool at Point Round has taken another step towards becoming a reality. This following a site visit with stakeholders to the proposed site at Point Round on Wednesday. Minister of State with responsibility for sports, Senator Oscar George, and other government officials, as well as representatives from World Athletics and the Dominica Athletic Association, they were all part of the touring delegation. Senator George says the next step is to develop a master plan for the project.
On a process to develop a master plan. This master plan will inform us as to the best layout of the facility, the best site. It will ensure that we have proper designs and estimates, proper drawings to inform us going forward. And of course, this master plan will be a project document for many years to come. So we are here doing the walkthrough. Obviously, we need to ensure that everything is done properly and that we have a complete plan to work with. We are working alongside the local athletics association. We are also working alongside the World Athletics, who have committed to support us in our mandate to develop this track. And just to say that we are working with the firm Patriots Limited. It's a firm that has been recommended. It's highly recommended. They have done a number of work around the region and internationally in terms of developing such facilities. So we are happy to have them there with us. They will be leading our efforts in developing the master plan for this facility.
And that's the Minister of State with responsibility for sports, Senator Oscar George. He says the master plan is expected to be completed in 8 to 10 weeks.
The facility is proposed to include the track, obviously, the 8-lane track, the Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have some hostels or accommodation for our athletes. We intend to have an administrative block with a few offices. We are also intending to have some parking, a place where we can congregate and socialize. Obviously, it will come with adequate bleachers and seating, change rooms, washrooms, storage rooms, which is also very important, where we can store our equipment, especially our track equipment. So it's a complete project that we are embarking on, and that's why this master plan process is so very important for us to ensure that we can get it right going forward.
Minister of State with responsibility for sports, Senator Oscar George. Meanwhile, President of the Dominica Athletics Association, Brendan Williams, says this is a major movement for track and field, and the facility will open new doors for the athletes.
I think one of the goals that the Dominica Athletics Association set out is, one, to work in tandem with the government of Dominica to deliver the track. And I must go on public record to thank the Ministry of Sports and the Honorable Prime Minister to make this a realization. And the next goal is to host Carifta in the near future.
Yes.
And we're looking at Carifta 2028, where, one, it would be the anniversary year of Dominica celebrating 50 years of independence, and also a lead up towards LA 2028, where you will see some of our athletes actually come home to prepare for the event. So to see Thea Lafon coming home in 2028 to prepare for the games, Trennis Hamilton, Denick Luke, Addison James, Kirill Eaton, just to name a few of our athletes who will be able to come home. And also to bring down European stars who will be looking for a venue to train close to the US. And we're also looking at the airport opening in 2027, so we'll have direct flights from Europe and to prepare the athletes to go straight to the US to compete for the Olympics. So it's a broader picture, but I'm happy that it's coming to fruition.
And that's the president of the Dominica Athletics Association, Brendan Williams. Some basketball news. Peebush Eagles senior player Lennon Paul is confident his team can turn things around and square the DABA Premier League final series with the BAA Sharks. The Eagles are trailing 1-0 in the 5-match series heading into Game 2 tonight. Paul says the guys are aware of their errors in Game 1 and will be looking to make amends in Game 2.
Gavin, honestly, Game 1 was a bit of a hard pill to swallow, but the 4-point loss, it just goes to show that we still have a little bit of adjustment to make. And my team will be prepared for tomorrow's game, which is on Thursday. So we'll be there and we'll be prepared and we'll be ready.
And that's the Peebush Eagles senior player Lennon Paul. Meanwhile, head coach of the BAA Sharks, Jerry Williams, is hoping his team can take a 2-0 lead in the series. The Sharks were without a few key players in Game 1, and Williams feels their presence for Game 2 will be a major boost.
Oh, the team just need to play the same way we have played for the entire season. The intensity, we rely heavily on our defense. That is our trademark. Our defense is our trademark. And from there, we play a run-and-gun style. If we don't get that open court, we do have options where we can, score in the paint and also in our mid-range game. So it's just to go back to what worked for us in the first game. The first game we had a few key players who were injured. They should be back for the second game, which is going to help us a lot. So the whole idea is to win the second game and close out on Saturday.
And that's the head coach of the BAA Sharks, Jerry Williams. Game 2 will get underway from 8 o'clock tonight at the Massac Indoor Facility. Let's go back to some cricket news because Dominica's senior Fontaine got an important knock at the top of the innings as he helped the West Indies under-19 team to their second win over England in a rain-impacted match as they continued their series in Grenada on Wednesday. The England under-19 team batted first and they reached 160 for 5 in 31.4 overs. Farhan Ahmed got 46 not out. Jakeem Pollard took 2 for 20 for the West Indies under-19s. The Windies, chasing a revised target of 191 from 31 overs, got a solid start from Fontaine as he shared an 84-run stand for the opening wicket. Fontaine in the end made 39 and Jonathan Van Lang 57 not out as the Windies made 192 for 4 in 30.1 overs to win by 6 wickets via the Duckworth-Lewis method. And finally, let's bring you some domino news. Domino action will heat up tonight as teams look to secure their spots in the next round of the Julius Timothy Independence Domino League. Here is the league coordinator, Delvin Esprit.
A number of interesting matches will be played from Thursday night into the weekend in the Julius Timothy Independent Domino League. On Thursday at 7 p.m., non-players will travel to Grand Fort to play Rosima White City. Action continues on Saturday. That's when Itasi Stars will be in Vegas versus Wake Up Stars. BS Stars travel to Portsmouth to play Roadside. NATO Full Effects will be in River Civic to play Badside. Roadblock travel to Grand Fort to play Babdad. Warriors meet White City in Marigot. The unbeaten Brigadier Stars will meet Focus in Peebush. Isaac Bar, Brutal Forces will travel to Peebush to play Massey Square. And West Coast Credit Union, Jerry Adrian Valiants will be in Cassibles to play non-players. And on Sunday, NATO Full Effects travel to Peebush to play Massey Square. Non-players will meet Roadside in Cassibles. Rosima White City play Focus in Grand Fort. And Babdad travel to Monwachet to play West Coast Credit Union, Jerry Adrian Valiants. Delvin Esprit reporting.
Thank you very much, Delvin Esprit, for your report on domino action this weekend. That too is a look at the DBS major morning news and sports 11 o'clock this morning. We are set to bring you some news at 11 and of course a major package at 1:15. On behalf of the news and sports departments and our link person Hazari Williams, Curtis Matthew saying good morning.
Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles. nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from MBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts. Monday